We come from and live on land considered sacred by indigenous people known as Bannock, Paiute, Shoshone, and many other tribes that lived here sustainably for thousands of years. We strive to understand and reframe our responsibilities to land, to community. In the spirit of respectful reciprocity, we honor the original caretakers of this place. We affirm the relationships we have to each other, including our relations to animals and insects that inhabit the water, land, and sky. We recognize the relationship, the responsibility to quiet creeks, rushing rivers, rustling grasses, to sprawling forests, to the brilliant palettes of the sky, to the roots that grip the soil, to the earth beneath our feet. Water is life. To all of us affected by the boarding school revelations, may we be granted compassionate understanding. May we find healing in the harm that lives in our history. We honor and support the right to sovereignty for our indigenous neighbors. We acknowledge that a land acknowledgement is not enough. Now, let us breathe together. Let us take a moment to enjoy the delicious air, the oxygen provided by tree. Hold to the warm light of sun. Consider the solidity, the groundedness of earth. Flow with refreshing, life-giving water. Let the mud settle. Find clarity of mind and spirit. Welcome our ancestors. Enjoy this present moment together.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Boise Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. I am Timothy Ellis, your intern minister. Reverend Sarah has the week off, but will be back in the pulpit next Sunday. Welcome to those of you joining virtually. Can we all wave and say hello? And welcome to all of you here in person. I am joined this morning by Patricia Heeb, serving as our celebrant, alongside Jem Emerson Paige, our Director of Family Ministries, our music director, Carrie Bastian, and soloist, Rachel Murphy. We also have greeters, coffee makers, Zoom hosts, and a fabulous AV team making this morning possible. Thank you to all of you. In joining us this morning, even if it is your first time, you are entering into a community dedicated to making visible in the world a profound love. By nurturing spiritual growth, encouraging curiosity, enacting justice, and by tempering judgment with compassion and mercy. If that call speaks to your heart, you are welcome here. Whatever your spiritual heritage, whomever you love, however you traveled here, wherever you call home, your presence is a blessing. You are welcome here. We know it takes a lot of courage to cross the threshold and to enter into a new community, either in person or virtually. So, to our newcomers, we are especially glad that you have joined us today. We invite you to introduce yourself in the chat for those of you joining on Zoom, so our community can warmly welcome you. There you'll find a link to a newcomer form that will keep you up to date with all that is happening in our fellowship. And we do have a lot happening in our fellowship. Those newcomers here in the sanctuary, you can find a link to that newcomer form using the QR codes on the bookmarks located in the welcome carts at each entrance. We hope you'll stick around after the service to introduce yourselves, either in the breakout Zoom rooms or in our beautiful new coffee space. Now open for to-go coffee that can either be brought home or out to the courtyard after the service for connection and conversation. I do have a few announcements about upcoming events to highlight for the whole community. The first is our water communion. October 2nd will be our in-gathering water communion Sunday. We will all gather together for the start of a new church year and bring together water from all of the places we have been over the summer. Whether that's your garden hose, a big family trip, or your kitchen sink. Folks coming in person can bring their water on that Sunday. If you're online, you can drop off your water at the church during the week. After we've collected and blessed all of these waters together, we'll pack up small jars of the communal waters for each of you to take home. Our next announcement. So let's all take a moment to just have our feelings. There's probably excitement, there's probably fear, there's probably nervousness. We have a moment. Joy, yes. As you can see, starting on October 2nd, which is next Sunday, face masks will be optional in the fellowship building. Your board and staff have been tracking COVID numbers throughout the past several years and have made the decision that, given the significant reduction in caseload, that it is time to reduce some of the mitigation strategies. There will be an email going out this week with a full description of what to expect. And we know that there is a wide range of comfort when it comes to wearing masks, and we want to assure you that those who choose to mask are most welcome. Many of us will continue to do so. And our final announcement is that our booth quilters have created a beautiful Ukrainian-themed quilt and coordinating pillow. It is gorgeous. Oh, it's right over there. This quilt is to help raise funds for Ukrainian refugees relocated here in Idaho. They, together with our refugee and immigrant ministry justice ministry team, will be selling raffle tickets online and in person through the end of October. You can purchase those raffle tickets in the courtyard after church. 100% of the proceeds will go to the Idaho Alliance for Ukrainians. Each week, our fellowship donates 25% of our unpledged plate offering to support our social justice ministries. For the month of September, it is the Interfaith Sanctuary, providing emergency shelter, wraparound services, and support programs for those in our community experiencing homelessness. We sustain our congregation, our worship events, and our many outreach ministries with your gifts of money and talent. There are many ways you can make a financial gift. You can give electronically on our website at boiseuu.org or use the QR code on the newcomer info card to take you right to our giving page. You can also deposit your gift in our offering boxes located inside each entrance of the sanctuary. However you choose to give, you nurture our community, and we are grateful. Our spiritual theme for the month is belonging. And in today's service, we'll talk about some of the hard parts of belonging. When we want to belong but just don't feel connected. When we feel like we should have that connection, but something feels off. As we enter into this time of worship, let us take a moment to breathe together. Fill your body with breath, knowing that our breath connects us to one another, to our bodies, and to our planet. Our breath offers us the opportunity for stillness, to tune into our spiritual center, to listen deeply to our own heart's longing. Thou art the song of my heart in the morning. Thou art the dawn of truth in my soul. Thou art the dew of the roses adorning. Thou art the woven whole. Thine is the grace to be steadfast in danger. Thine is the peace that none can destroy. Thine is the face of the need-driven stranger. Thine are the wings of joy. Thou art the deep to the deep in me calling. Thou art a lamp that lights where I tread. Thy way is steep past the peril of falling. Thou art my daily bread. Thine be the praise of my spirit uplifted. Thou art the sea to earth flowing stream. Thine be the days that are gathered and sifted. Thou art the deathless stream.
Keep Each week we light our flaming chalice, a symbol of our free faith, a beacon of hope, love, and justice. We join in this lighting in solidarity and community with thousands of other Unitarian Universalist lighting chalices today in their spaces, homes, virtual worship services, and church buildings, reminding us that we are all connected to a larger community of faith. As we light the chalice here in the sanctuary, I invite our virtual community to light your own chalices if you have one nearby, and to share in the chat where your chalice is lit. With our collective chalices lit in all of our spaces, we offer you this call to worship from Reverend Gretchen Haley. In a world that feeds on moral outrage, we are here to cultivate moral courage. In a time that prizes picking sides, we gather to draw a wider circle. And in a culture that teaches us to get what we give and ask, what's in it for me? We come together to practice generosity and to remember we are all in this together. In the midst of life's bitterness, we choose to sing, to give thanks, to laugh together, and to be keepers of beauty, to offer a place of belonging for all who come in gladness and in pain, to resist the push to the next moment and to slow down, to breathe more deeply, to feel a part of something greater. For this hour and in this space, let us be the change that we wish to see. Come, let us worship together.
Good morning, everyone. I invite you to settle down into your seats with a deep breath for our Time for All Ages today. It is our last Sunday in September, when all month we've been looking at belonging, and we continue today by celebrating who we are as a beloved faith community. Today, our focus is on how we can find belonging even through change and uncertainty. Faith community calls on us to center around what is meaningful to both ourselves and meaningful to the people who surround us. It's all about being open to those who show up and giving everyone space to share themselves. Community can look any way we want. Just depends on who is there and how we give them a voice. Our story this morning is All of Us by Catherine Erskine and illustrator Alexandra Boyger. It's going to help us explore how we can find joy in opening up to each other and to different expressions of faith. Let's listen. All of us. Me can be we. You can come too. They can be, hey, it's all of us. Hearts can unite, hands can set free. Words can be heard. We can all be Some pray out loud. Some close their eyes. Some look to the earth. Some to the skies. Stars are so far, worlds disappear, planets flung wide, and we all live here. Mountains and streams, deserts and towns. Breathtaking sights. Remarkable sounds. Some build things up. Some create art. Some help the earth. Some heal the heart. Hands, hearts, and minds, vibrant and strong. Different, the same, we all belong. All kinds of kids, thoughtful and free. Sometimes in groups, sometimes just me.
May your mind be open to new learning. May your lips bring truth into the world. May your heart know love and your hands do the work of justice as you go your way in peace. As you go your way in peace.
For this little reflection moment, I'd like to talk about belonging, the elderly years. Before learning that the theme for this month was belonging, I'd not really thought about the concept in terms of my own life. I grew up in a strong family with lots of family reunions, and I always have had a group of friends. I was accepted into my professional community, fit in, and felt supported there. Belonging had been an unconscious given. But between the chaos of COVID years and the acceleration of time and social and cultural change, on top of moving deeper and deeper into old age, I've become a stranger in a strange land. Now that I think of it, where do I belong in this time and place when my past identities, teacher, therapist, student, all the other identities I've had have become obsolete? Where do I, who was raised by a mother whom my children call grammar because she was a stickler for proper grammar, where do I belong in a world where the pronouns I taught my junior high students no longer are correct or adequate? Where do I belong in a world where I'm walking on the greenbelt with my loved one, holding hands, and it's cute? Yeah. Where do I go when I had to research to see if I was woke or not? Woke. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? I didn't know. You try to explain that one to old grammar. I don't know. Where do I belong when I barely have a vocabulary for these times that I'm living in? Yet, I'm happy. I feel at peace, grounded, content. How can I feel so settled alongside my litany of wondering about where I belong when I know how essential belonging is to well-being? The answer to that question actually came when I was working on this reflection. Yes, I am bemused and out of step with these strange social and personal times. I ain't who I used to be, and neither is the world. I know that belonging is not a given, but I recognize now that I am content and at peace in these elderly years because there's no compete or achieve or pleasing or trying to be someone better anymore or wishing that you guys would like me, though that would be nice. What I realize is that at this stage in my life, I truly, most deeply belong to myself. I wish that for all of us.
Each week, we take time to acknowledge the many joys among us and to grieve our many sorrows and losses so that we might lift that burden for each other and receive the blessing of this community. A reminder that you can submit your joys and sorrows online each week via the link on our website. Your bookmarked QR code will take you right there. Our virtual community will continue to share joys and sorrows in the chat. We combine our collective joys and sorrows each month and share them in a community-wide email. It is through our sharing with one another that we forge deep bonds of community and connection. As we begin, please hold Eileen and Jim Geddings, who are pleased to announce their daughter Devon is expecting a baby at the end of March. Warren Bean, who has been hospitalized at St. Al's. Peggy Lynn and her beautiful Aunt Joyce, Peggy Lynn, who her beautiful Aunt Joyce died on September 5th at age 87. The family celebrated her birthday on August 21st. If you are holding someone in your heart this morning, I invite you to speak their name aloud into this community of love, that we may hold them with you. May the arms of this community hold all our joys and sorrows, those named and those that remain silent, close to our hearts. May we feel the grace that surrounds us and be transformed by the spirit of life and love, with warmth to celebrate our joys and with gentleness to soothe our aching hearts. Breathe with me. Fill your body with breath. Breathe into this sacred space. Breathe with this beloved community filled with loving kindness. breathe with wholeheartedness. Listen to what is calling you in the silence. As has been mentioned a few times, our theme for this month has been belonging. Our spiritual themes each month are these great values or feeling words that help to guide worship, conversation, and personal and spiritual growth for adults and youth. And often, each month, there's a sermon about what if you don't quite relate to that theme? What if it doesn't fit you? What if you even start to panic a little bit when you think about it? We all come this morning with different experiences of belonging, with different hopes for this community, and different fears of what it might be to not feel that type of belonging that we're hoping for or that we're used to. To let the cat out of the bag, I truly hope everyone will find at least some part of that hope fulfilled this year. And also, realistically, all of us will be disappointed in some way when it comes to fulfilling that hope for belonging. The pandemic has affected each of us differently. We were all individually in a different place when it came to connection and community before the pandemic. And that level of connection and care has been impacted in so many different and individual ways. Some of us might be coming this morning having spent quite a lot of time alone and maybe feel unsure of what it would mean to look for connection now. Or maybe you built a new and good community that fulfills you, and you're wondering, how is church really gonna match that now? You might be nervous and new, or just really excited. I know I am. Or held it together for so long, dealt with the isolation, managed all of it for 2.5 years, and now it's starting to crack. A friend might cancel or postpone a walk, and you notice your reaction feeling bigger than the actual situation. Your need for connection may be deep, and you might not know how to fill it. Maybe it cracked a long time ago, and you were able to patch it together, and you're trying to figure out what something beyond just patches would mean. Maybe you moved, got a new job, started volunteering, got more into activism, grew your family, or any of a million other life-growing changes, and you just want to tell everybody about it and have them share in that joy and growth with you. Maybe your favorite human moved, or their life changed, or even they died. The relationship ended for one reason or another, and it left a huge hole in your life. Maybe you're all of these or none of these. Joining or returning to community is a huge moment of hope and fear. We all come seeking something with something that needs to be fulfilled by a community. The good part is that this fellowship is the place for all of these feelings, for all of these struggles and fears. They are welcome here. Your concerns and your worried self is welcome here. Your excited and overflowing self is welcome here. Your stable and finding belonging within yourself is welcome here. Having feelings of aloneness, loneliness, or not belonging is also welcome here. It is okay to be disappointed, to be sad or scared. We as a community can hold these feelings together. This community can withstand this change. Neither you nor the fellowship are broken if you find yourself feeling alone or not quite belonging at some point this year. Neither you nor the fellowship are broken if coming back feels really weird or kind of different. It feels different because it is. Because we are different. We are different people now than we were in February 2020. For some of us, our stamina might not be what it used to when it comes to social interaction. Or maybe we're just craving that connection. The way we connect to people has changed. That doesn't mean that the depth of connection doesn't exist in you, or that you can't find the support and community you used to have. It only means that we're all trying to find this new sense of what it is to be together. It's a different world that we're in now, and a different church too. We are growing into a new sense of what it means to belong. It will be different, but not any less meaningful or powerful. Church and religious community is where we as a group of humans get to come and practice and learn and relearn how to be humans together. Life and spiritual growth and being the kind of person you want to be is really hard to do in isolation. We need other people to help us, to journey with us as we figure it out. Religious community, spiritual community, is a place where we figure out how we want to be in the world. We get to remind ourselves and each other of what we value, what's important, and then we go and spend the week practicing. We succeed, we struggle, we really mess up, we forget what we're doing, and then we come back and remind ourselves how we want to be and how we want to try again. This is a place where we do this growing, this personal growing, but as a community. And also, it's really hard. when it doesn't feel like we're held in that growing. The writer John Green notes, "The last time I thought something would never end, it did." This newness, this uncertainty, and hesitant connection is not forever, nor is it the only thing going on or the only thing that we're feeling. Well, the community feels different. We are indeed different people. This congregation is still a vibrant and thriving community. Let us rest in the trust that we can hold each other through fear and disconnection. It is safe to bring our fears here. It is safe to be unsure about what this next sense of belonging will mean, and we'll figure it out together. Spirit of love, Spirit of life, Spirit of all that is within and between us, be with us in hesitancy and fear, excitement and hope, trepidation and newness. May we journey together in all of these feelings, finding connections across our fears. May we learn and grow, building a new sense of what this belonging can mean together. Blessed be.
Woke up this morning, I suddenly realized we're all in this together. I started smiling, 'cause you were smiling, and we're all in this together. I'm made of atoms, you're made of atoms, and we're all in this together. And long division just doesn't matter, 'cause we're all in this together. Yeah. I saw you walking in the city, we're all in this together. The city's changing, 'cause we are changing, and we're all in this together. Every 12 seconds, someone remembers that we're all in this together. In the kitchen of your rent control apartment, we're all in this together. Come on, baby, I don't mean to rush you. I only wanted to reach out and touch you. I've got to start to open my heart. I know you think about jumping ship before it sinks, but we are all in this together. Ask a scientist, it's quantum physics, we are all in this together. And on the subway, we feel like strangers, but we're all in this together. Yeah, I love you, and you love her, and she loves him, but we are all in this together. You know, baby, there's never been protection in all the history of human connection. Come on, darling, it's alright to show me you don't ever need to be lonely once you start to open your heart. I saw you crying
Friends, I invite you to place your hands over your heart for a closing blessing. From Sarah Campbell, we receive fragments of holiness, glimpses of eternity, brief moments of insight. Let us gather them up for the precious gifts that they are, and renewed by their grace, move boldly into the unknown. Blessed are we all. Go in peace.